We're going to have to see who's going to take this one through. Xarakamaka nowhere near needs it as much as Taco, but Taco does need this if he wants to move on and be in a comfortable situation, especially over Undead Jim, who was right near him in the bracket before this placement.
But that's two. If Taco makes second place today, he's going to be a significant point lead over the rest in the upper end of the bracket. He really, really needs this win over Xarakamaka to move forward.
Let's go. Oh! Interesting decision there, and there we go, bagging himself the first hit bonus. Now what Dragonfly does do a good job of is shut down the clone from full screen. The low fireball really puts it on notice. Just like that. I mean, low fireball recovering as quickly as it does. And there we go, there's the down one, run cancel. Here we go again, has no stamina though. Taco not trying to press buttons and get out, but a nice
jumping, but no big confirm from Xarakamaka, so Taco saved himself on a big bit of damage there. Oh wow, nice read.
That was a bit of a sloppy exchange there from Xarakamaka, using a little bit too much stamina. Nice, there we go, good punish there.
That would have been a lovely conversion, but no stamina again. Xarakamaka using a lot of his stamina preemptively here.
Oh, wake up, low fireball central right now, just once again.
No, not worth it at all for the bar. I'm not quite sure why Xarakamaka opted to do that.
Interesting. Wow. There we go. I think that wake up attack was entirely because he saw Taco not put a clone out.
Yeah.
So there was no chance of him getting armor broken.
Oh, clean down to anti. Xarakamaka, the master of the anti-space. That was lovely. That was a beautiful exchange just to get in, but again, no stamina. Xarakamaka really needs to start conserving this.
He needs to be really careful. Oh, there we go, nice freeze. He needs to be really careful when going for a run cancel immediately after going for the environment interaction, because it does use a bit of your stamina.
Oh, catches him. That would have been big damage, so a good break from Taco to keep himself there.
And there we go, once again, the low fireball just to get rid of the clone, eliminate that problem.
Oh, full screen run in, knows that he's respecting the low fireballs. A lot more slow-paced play from Xarakamaka than we're used to seeing.
And there's the punish once again, clean stuff from Xarakamaka, running in for the fireball, knowing he's going to try and press a button, and then he goes in for the grab, smart.
Oh wow, preemptive down two, only just misses. And there's a whip punish for the low fireball.
Now, let's quickly talk about Madden versus Taco in this matchup specifically. So when Madden plays Sub-Zero, a lot of it is basically Xarakamaka has to play Madden's game. When these guys play in the league, Xarakamaka has to play Madden's game. That game right there was Taco playing Xarakamaka's game, and he was forced to take it instead.
But I don't think that's a player-to-player thing. I think that's just Xarakamaka trying something new in the matchup. And the matchup being different, because there we saw it was the same space all the time. It was that low fireball space. Beforehand, we see Xarakamaka low fireball and eat a full jump in a lot of the time because he was misspacing the fireball. This time, safer fireballs from safer distances, dealing with the clone, being a lot less hasty to get rid of the clone when it's on the screen, and just keeping it lively, but just again not being so reckless. Just really, really making the most of low fireball and keeping the low fireball safe, because that's what did the work in the match. And that's the biggest difference I'm seeing between when Madden played him a few weeks ago and him playing the matchup now.
Well, last week we just saw tons of low fireballs getting jumped in on, and that's one thing that I think Xarakamaka was being a bit more mindful of. In a situation like that, when he hesitated to anti-air, he just blocked it. He didn't even try and challenge it. Because when he tried to challenge it last week, he ate a lot of jump-ins.
I love that interactable because it's 15% damage. It's so powerful.
Taco definitely not expecting him to walk into that clone, so already commits to the ice ball.
Oh, no. Oh, unfortunate miss by Taco. Going to eat him some chunky damage here for no bar. Oh, leaves him standing using the meter. Wants to build himself some bar. Oh, wow, trying to go for the stagger. Wonderful stuff to give himself more damage. Wonderful reset has led to all of this.
And that's the strength of the Liu Kang meter burn grab. I mean, you get through so much, and if the opponent's not going to tech the grab, then that's going to be free run cancel pressure all the time. Oh, and there we go, that clean jump. I mean, that's the matchup that we wanted to see before. I mean, watching him sit full screen and then just play that game. No, that's a smart going for the clone because you can't go for the punish. And the down three, I mean, that's one of the best down threes in the game, really.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, Xarakamaka playing so well right now. Taco really looking like he hasn't really got a lot of options here. Going to have to change something up, or I kind of feel this set's just going to keep going like this and it's just going to spiral out until Xarakamaka's taking it 3-0.
I would definitely say so. Tries to go for the delay wake up there, trying to punish it, but nice slide there from Taco as the anti on the flame ball. Good punish on the back too.
Oh wow, nice read from Taco there. I love it when Sub-Zero's used the ice clone as like a pseudo parry.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, it's more if you think the opponent's going to come and try and press a button. Oh, very unfortunate there. Looks like we have a little bit of a pause. I mean, that was very unfortunate. Taco had him in the corner combo right there, but oh, look, I'm Taco right now. How about that? Cool. Yours Xarakamaka. Oh, it's gone. It's gone now. It's gone now.
Sweet.
So basically, in that situation right there, well, we're going to LA anyway. Don't be silly. But he had him in the corner. Went for a double overhead. Unfortunately, it looks like Xarakamaka did disconnect from that game, so I do believe that game is probably going to go to Taco, I believe.
That does tend to be the ruling if you do, unfortunately, for lack of a better term, lag out in the game. The set will go to your opponent. Same as if you were to be at a tournament and you were to pause, right? Accidentally hit the pause button, interrupts the game. The game goes to your opponent. That tends to be the ruling, so I assume that's what we'll do now. But let's talk about how the set's going so far. I mean, Xarakamaka definitely playing it better right now in terms of just how it's being paced out. Just general, his spacing is a lot better than we've seen him fight Sub-Zero in the past.
I agree. I mean, so we said this last week. We really wanted to see Xarakamaka go for a lot more, basically just patient full screen game. Shut down the ice clone from full screen, shut down everything else, and when you see it, basically just uppercut the jump attempts and just low fireball the hell out of him. You know, harass him from full screen, make him want to come in. Don't play this game. Force him to come in, and then it's one of the underestimated things about Dragon's Fire. Not even Dragon's Fire, but Flame Fist as well. Is Liu Kang actually is a pretty damn good zoner. I mean, he has really good recovery on his projectiles. He's got air projectiles. He's got low fireball, which low profiles recovers really quickly. I mean, there's no getting around that Liu Kang is a fairly underrated zoner in the game, definitely.
Well, he's just very powerful. I mean, his projectiles have good damage, good recovery. I mean, especially in Flame Fist, when you can make them do 10%. That's the real dirt when Flame Fist starts zoning you out, because he's very, very powerful, very potent projectiles.
I think 10% fireballs they hurt. You get hit. Well, the reality is, look, 10% fireballs, you get hit by 3 of those. You know, sometimes in those matches we see like 1, 2, 3, bam, really quickly. If that's Flame Fist, you've lost 30% of your health. You've literally lost the damage of a single combo in like 2 seconds because you've been hit by 3 fireballs. So Flame Fist is quite scary. I think if I played Liu Kang, I'd definitely play Flame Fist. We don't see any duelists though, do we?
No, well, that's for good reason. It just doesn't seem very very powerful. I mean, that's the thing. It's when you're looking at a variation specifically, you're not looking at the variation on its own merits. You're looking at it compared to the other variations. Should I pick this over that? It's not why should I pick this. It's why should I pick it over A, over B. You know what I mean? Like if it's not great compared to stronger alternatives, which you have just as easy access to, then why bother?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, the issue with Duelist, I think, seems to be that it's quite... there are a few issues with the explosive balls, the red ones, when you're in the evil stance, the dark stance, whatever it's called, where I think sometimes it can collide with interactable stuff, so it's kind of like... It's a bit inconsistent, and I think competitively inconsistency is not a strong point. I think if you're trying to go for something that might be guaranteed, maybe things that are inconsistent aren't necessarily a good choice. But Duelist, I think, as well, just... They all do similar things to each other in that you cancel into things to become plus. You go for block strings and pressure. I mean, let's not forget, Liu Kang is not a 50-50 character. He's all about pressure. And pressure is what Liu Kang does better than almost anyone in the game compared to maybe someone like Tempest Lau or Tanya, where it's all guaranteed stuff. So Duelist has elements of guaranteed stuff because Dragon's Fire is just stronger. You know, it's all guaranteed, but there's more of it, and it's of less cost. You don't have to cancel into like stances. You don't have to give yourself different move lists to be effective. Dragon's Fire is I will run cancel and then be plus, and that's as simple as that. And I think that's one of the reasons we see Dragon's Fire picked over almost any other variation. And when Xarakamaka picks Flame Fist, he says to me basically the only reason he picks Flame Fist is if he wants to zone. If he wants to stop a character from coming in, he'll just pick Flame Fist and then throw 10% fireballs, and that's basically it. If he wants anything else, he'll just go for Dragon's Fire because it gives him what he wants to really use tool-wise to win tournaments.
Well, that's it though, right? I mean, even if Duelist is seen as quite a weak variation by itself for Liu Kang, it's not like he lacks. He's still got Flame Fist, he's still got Dragon's Fire, and there are so many characters like that. Even if they've got one variation that's not so good, I mean, Katana as well. You know, we see Assassin tend to be commonly referred to as quite a weak variation. But then it's because Royal Storm's amazing, Mournful's amazing. Even if Assassin, like, I don't really know too much about it particularly because I don't see it very often, but even if, for argument's sake, Assassin's a bad variation, you've still got Royal Storm, you've still got Mournful. And if your character has at least one thing you can compete with for the most part, then you kind of tend to be okay. I mean, I love Mournful Katana. I think it's one of the funner things in the game, personally. I love it. I just wish that one of Katana's costumes had like a green alternate color. So if you wanted to play Mournful, you can just be a green Katana and just pretend it's Jade. At least, maybe. I think that's the same reason I'm pioneering for a Sub-Zero Noob Cybot skin. I mean, it makes sense. If Noob Cybot's not in Combat Pack 2, then it makes sense to have Sub-Zero and give him just don't even need to make much, just make him all black. And then make the Ice Clone, maybe give the Ice Clone and Grandmaster like some ink stuff instead of frosty stuff, and then that's it, happy. Madsen will be happy with that. Yeah, I reckon he would. Well, you've been talking about that since Season 1 though, and it's still not a thing, so I'm beginning to think it's not going to make a difference.
Maybe my pioneering is proving ineffective, and maybe I should forget about it.
That's kind of it summed up though, isn't it? You should make a petition.
I've had loads of, on Twitter I've had probably 1 million petitions sent to me for Chrome. They want Chrome in Mortal Kombat X.
Who is Chrome?
I don't even know. Streams. I want someone to tweet me who is Chrome and why do so many people want me to sign petitions to put Chrome in Mortal Kombat X. So I can't do it. It's not my job.
Well, Chrome's not. He's not an MK character, is he?
I think he's a fan-made character. But
Oh.
the character that people do talk about who is actually a Mortal Kombat character but not in any games is Hydro. He's a character. I mean, like...
He was in MK Legacy, Season 1.
He was, but I think the reason was because
he was the
in...
robot that got bodied by Cyrax and Sector.
He was indeed.
Through and through, tag teamed to literal death. Absolute annihilation.
Hold that, to be honest. I mean, that was good. But obviously, I think Hydro, I think he was from the comics, wasn't he? I mean, like,
yeah.
really, really early, during, like, the Mortal Kombat 1 days, I believe. Like, all the way back then, there was a comic series, and there was this blue ninja called Hydro in it. I don't even know what his story was, but I'm fairly certain we see him in loads of, like, fan-made games, don't we? But it's actually pretty interesting.
But isn't Hydro just Sub-Zero without the ice part? If Sub-Zero was about 30 degrees warmer...
If Sub-Zero melted, you would have Hydro.
Is Hydro's other name 0 degrees Celsius?
That's not even funny, man.
Not Sub-Zero.
Not Sub-Zero.
Mid-Zero.
Melted Sub-Zero.
Warm Zero.
Above Zero. That's probably his new name, really, isn't it? Above Zero.
I hope not. This is why we don't work in design, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why we just talk about it. Our design, our ideas will remain dead forever.
Oh no.
Okay, so it looks like we have got Xarakamaka in the game. Sorry about that, guys. He has joined, had a few connection issues getting back in. But he is ready to play. So after these guys have had their game and we can actually view it, they'll be able to play for us. But that's going to be 1-1, I believe. 1-1,
yeah,
Taco, 1
it'll be 1 all in the set, so 2 games to win for each player to go into the grand finals, guys. Remember, this is the first semi, so, I mean, this isn't something we really see too often in the league. You know, fingers crossed it doesn't happen again, but we don't really see too many, especially in Season 2, we don't see too many connection issues, so I guess we would do 1 eventually.
I think EU's been really good for that. I mean, do you remember Season 1 where it took Nivek 40 minutes and we were there for 40 minutes? And I had loads of people on my Twitter saying, wow, Ketchup, thanks for making me wait 40 minutes, like it was my fault, and it wasn't Nivek's fault.
It's because it was your fault. It was definitely your fault.
Okay, so going into... Sorry, guys. Okay, so going into this next match, guys, we are going to be going in. It's going to be 1 round up for Xarakamaka. Sorry about that, just getting told the rules of my little earpiece right here. But going into this next match, Xarakamaka, as far as I'm aware, is going to have 1 round up. So because the disconnect occurred in the way of the first round is going to go to Xarakamaka, and they're just going to play it off as normal.
Fair enough, I suppose. I mean, if that's the ruling, that's the ruling.
Okay, so it's going to be the same characters, obviously, because they played it off last time. So it's going to be Dragon's Fire and Grandmaster. And matchup-wise, I actually think Xarakamaka is playing this matchup a lot better than he was against Madsen. Because basically, he was trying to go in a lot and not really playing that full-screen game and forcing Madsen to come into him. He wasn't really doing that last time. The past couple of times they played, he tried it a little bit more in the second time they played last week, and it was much better. But unfortunately, going into this time right here, it's quite interesting. Quite interesting. Okay, so here comes a confirm. Very unfortunate. Catches him high up in the air with the back 1-2. So unfortunately, didn't quite get the combo there. Clean jump in from Taco.
That's definitely what we saw. Let Xarakamaka down in his other sets against Sub-Zero players. Like obviously mainly Madsen, just the jump ins beating the anti-air attempts. And there's a clean overhead. Oh, drops the combo though. Oh wow, that catches him out of the air, but no confirm.
There we go.
Use the bar there this time.
Oh, I like that setup, and unfortunately it didn't quite work out, but the setup that he goes for there to run over, if he knows you're going to try and go for a wake-up attack, he immediately runs over you. So when you try and do a wake-up attack in that situation, lovely anti-air.
Oh, wow, just enough. Oh, wow, meter burn kick. Not quite sure why he opted to meter burn it. I mean, does it have a higher startup that way, though?
I think so. I think it does. But that match is going to be Xarakamaka 2-0, as far as I am aware, because he did take the round. It looks like they're still playing... Anyway, so I'm not really sure what's going on at the moment. They're still playing the match, but that will actually put Xarakamaka 2 games up because he was 1 round up before. But basically, I think what's going on here is just the full screen game. I mean, if you're playing against Grandmaster, you want to eliminate the full screen clone because if you're using it as a parry, if you're using it just as a way to put up an obstacle for the opponent to go in, if you can eliminate that threat, then you do a really good job of that. And I think that's something that Dragon's Fire has, to be honest, always done a really good job of. It's just shutting down Sub-Zero's full screen game, and it forces him to go in.
Well, I mean, that's... We talk about it a lot, just it's mainly the jump-ins that Sub-Zero can get on Xarakamaka, but Sub-Zero has some of the better jump-in normals in the game, but Liu Kang, for some reason, his down 2 just works. I don't know what makes it so good, because it hasn't got particularly fast startup.
It's kind of like...
Something about Liu Kang's uppercut just makes it really powerful.
I think it's 3D hitboxes, right? I mean, it's the way the hitboxes work, where I think it's also the animation of Liu Kang, where he kind of like scoops his hand as he does his uppercut. So because of that, I think that might just cover a nice kind of like circular area around the front of his Sub-Zero's head. So when you try and jump in, bear in mind, Sub-Zero's jump in is like his hand is pointing down as he jumps in. If the hitbox of Liu Kang's uppercut is like this circular area right here, and the hand is right in front of him, I'm pretty sure just the mixture of animations is what's causing that uppercut to just be much more effective against someone like Sub-Zero as an anti-air.
I mean, I'm sure there's some mechanical reason to it. It's just like
That's my guess.
I guess when you're not hugely involved in how games are actually made, all you've got is assumptions, which I'm pretty sure 95% of the time we're wrong about it.
Probably.
But we can assume, can't we?
But going into this game, so it's going to be a nice trip guard there. You don't really see people trip guard with a grab as an anti-air, but Xarakamaka making it work. But once again, it's that
to low profile under the ice ball.
But this is the matchup. I mean, we actually saw this kind of matchup played all the way during the Season 1 Mortal Kombat Cup. It was White-Black versus Madsen, and this was the exact same game we saw, where White-Black basically sat full screen and forced Taco to get in. And when he got in, just, you know, Liu Kang has means to get away. So just harass him from full screen, force Sub-Zero to come in. I mean, like, really no serious exchanges have happened. It's all been fireballs, back twos, and grabs. And just like that, Taco just has lost. Look, like he's almost dead already.
So difficult. And as soon as he starts blocking the low fireball, he's just going to run in for a free grab.
I mean, he's going for the clone, but just there's no point.
Wow. I mean, what could he change? Draco's just got to really respect those low fireballs, but as soon as he respects it, he gets thrown. I mean,
did you just say Zarako?
What?
I think you just called him Zarako.
Oh.
Is that a mixture of them both together? Okay, so Xarakamaka, and once again, just here we go, just the low fireballs and the back twos and the grabs. He's done nothing else this whole game, but somehow it's working.
Absolutely dominating the pace of the match right now is Xarakamaka, but I just gets hit by the wake-up swing in full screen. Taco looking visibly frustrated in how he's trying to get in, looking the kind of impatience you normally thrive on as a Sub-Zero player is being used against him.
But that's the matchup. Oh, once again, two very, very brave meter burn slides. They both landed, but I mean, the damage just isn't there right now. Oh,
another punish on the clone. Forward for clone being the only safe option, so we need to see that maybe being used if your whole reason is just getting a clone on the screen. Just do the safe one, I suppose. If he's got the bar to punish you at that low life.
Now, here's something to think about. Xarakamaka has opted to pick the Outworld market, the Emperor's Courtyard, very often. I think he actually picks it for the excess of mobility. He likes to use the air interaction to get around the ice clone.
No, it works. It clearly works. This goes to the importance of making sure you've got a...
oh, no!
Ooh, not quite sure. And that would be the game anyway. Wow.
Now, basically, Taco tried to follow up and did not have the stamina to do it. Xarakamaka tries to whip punish on wake up with an X-ray and a whiff. So that was an interesting exchange. Sorry about that, guys. It was a little bit strange right at the start. Xarakamaka did a little bit of a disconnect issue, but unfortunately didn't really hinder him that much. He did go into it, as always.